George Michael is seen in Freedom. Russell YoungShowtime A new portrait of George Michael arrives on Showtime. And Will Ferrell becomes a reluctant protagonist in Stranger Than Fiction. What's on TV? George Michael Freedom 2017 9 p.m. on Showtime. This new documentary unexpectedly became one of the last projects the singer and songwriter George Michael worked on before his death on Christmas Day last year. Narrated by the pop idol turned sex symbol himself, Freedom covers Mr. Michael's career, focusing on the transformative years leading up to his 1990 album, Listen Without Prejudice Volume 1. The film also delves into his lawsuit against Sony, which he lost, and the death of his partner, Anselmo Filippa. Freedom accompanies the expanded reissue of Listen Without Prejudice Volume 1. Keanu Reeves in John Wick Chapter 2. Nico Taverni's Lionsgate John Wick Chapter 2 2017 8 p.m. on HBO, also streaming on iTunes, Amazon and HBO streaming platforms. Keanu Reeves reprises his role as the titular hitman in this sequel to the 2014 action film. Yet again, John Wick is reluctantly pulled out of retirement to fulfill a debt to an Italian mobster. The assignment takes him to Rome, where John learns that a bounty has been put on his head. In her review for the New York Times, Jeanette Katsoulis wrote, "The plot matters only in asmach as it allows the returning director, Chad Stahelski, to stage his spectacular fight sequences in various stunning Roman locations, where they unfold with an almost erotic brutality." Ian Love Fix My Life 9 p.m. on OWN. No matter what burdens surface on this show, the calm and collected self-help guide and author Ian Levanson doesn't quit until her guests confront their fears, insecurities and regrets. Her nearly forceful encouragement sometimes drives uncomfortable guests to walk off the set or dismiss her techniques, as a father of 34 children did during an exercise involving one too many dolls. In this 3-part episode, Ms. Vanzant sits down with 3 couples desperate to save their marriages. What's streaming? Will Ferrell, center left, in Stranger Than Fiction. Ralph Nelson Columbia Pictures Stranger Than Fiction 2006 on iTunes, Amazon and Crackle. Will Ferrell stars as Harold Crick, an IRS agent whose mundane routine is ruptured by the voice of a mysterious narrator. He seeks help from an English professor, Dustin Hoffman, and the two discover that the voice belongs to the author Karen Eiffel Emma Thompson, who's writing a novel about Harold that is likely to end in his death. The two men try to decipher whether the book, grimly titled Death Taxes, is a comedy or a tragedy, and Harold goes out of his way to find Karen and convince her that his life is in her hands. Rather than jarring or deepening your perceptions of the world, A.O. Scott wrote in The Times, Stranger Than Fiction settles into a cozy, comforting realm that really isn't very strange at all. Juilliard Masterclass 12 p.m. on medici.tv. The mezzo-soprano Joyce Donato dissects arias from operas by Strauss, Mozart and others with artists from Juilliard's Ellen and James S. Marcus Institute for Vocal Arts. A version of this schedule appears in print on October 21, 2017, on page C7 of the New York edition with the headline What's on Saturday?